Alright guys, I tried to do this a little bit ago, but I screwed up because I didn't change my camera angle and it filmed the ceiling, so I have to do this over. So, next what we're going to do is I'm going to show you guys what it goes into to actually do the front and backs of the shirts. Okay, so first I wanted to show you guys, so that's finished other than the guitars, which I'll put those on with the vinyl after everything screen printed is done. Alright, so again, this would all be a lot simpler if I had the room for a color station. I don't. So I have to do it this way. It's not perfect, it's not the best, but I've been doing it long enough where I have pretty much everything dialed in and I know exactly what I'm doing and where things should be. Alright, so when I get it down, what I like to do is I like to pull the sleeves out. Give me a little bit of slack because I use this tiny little space right here on the sides of the pallet and the t-shirt to make sure that it is absolutely as centered as I possibly can get it. Okay? If you're looking at the table right now, you're probably wondering why the hell does he have a piece of vinyl tile? I use the vinyl tile for images that will fit in the space it allows because it saves me from having to wash my t-shirt palette every 3 shirts. I can use this for almost an unlimited amount of time without having to clean it, without having any issues with it. So I picked this stuff up, it was like $10 or $12 like 7 years ago at a garage sale, and I stopped doing the landlord thing, so I figured what the hell can I do with them, and this is what I can do with them. So I'll be right back. I'm going to put some adhesive on this and get it where it goes. Okay, the adhesive is on. So now what I do is I slide it up in there, and I don't let it down just yet because I need my image to be 2 to 3 finger lengths, well, finger widths away from the collar, okay? Still not exactly where I want it to be, so we'll bring it down about that far. It's too much. Okay, perfect. So now what we do again, we make sure this is where it should be in the center. Make sure we have, pull that a little bit. Alright, now we smooth it out. Alright, so that's all set up. I'm going to grab a screen. Now this is where it really comes in to kind of being a pain in the ass, because you see the screen, you think that this cat's asshole is the center, right? Right there? It's not. The entire length, the longest thing on the screen is what I have to find center for. So the bottom line right here, the an asshole part, wherever the center of this is the actual center of the screen, not where you think it is, okay? So, you want to go too far. Okay. Now what I'll do is tape measure. And we go, that is 3 3/4. Way off. This 4. I wanted about 4 inches at both sides. So it takes constant readjusting. Okay, there we go. Alright, so I don't have a wide enough screen for this whole thing, right? So what do? We just turn it so my squeegee will go down the entire length and I don't have to worry about it. Alright, so again, ink on the screen. A little bit more on that side. Okay, now again, hold down one side and pull. And pull. Now we push. Set the squeegee down. Lift the screen up. Bam, like that. I love it. It's beautiful. So again, we're going to go to the heat press. You can use a heat press or a flash dryer to do this. You don't have to have both. I like to just use one because I don't have to buy any extra equipment, and I know how long it's going to take to dry on whatever setting for whatever I'm doing. So, heat press. What a flash dryer is basically a conveyor belt with a heater in it that moves along at a certain pace, whatever you set it at, and it dries it down the conveyor. Now, for me, I don't like that because number one, I can't fit my entire t-shirt palette into a flash dryer because it's so wide, and taking it off would screw up when I have to put the second layer on when I re-register it. So we don't do that. Still gotta wash that screen, but since I'm doing a video, I'm gonna let it be. So really, it's a lot simpler for me than it looks to everybody else. It looks very complicated, but again, I've been doing this for a long time, so I know where things should be. The way I'm doing it is not at all professional. A lot of people are gonna probably that know what they're doing in screen printing and have done it before, and you'll be like, oh my god, that's wrong, that's wrong. You could do this. All that stuff that everybody's saying you could do it this way, no, it can't because of my limited equipment. So, the process takes as long as it takes. Price does not reflect the fact that it takes me longer or that I have to put more work into it. Price is the price is the price. I based all my stuff on other people's stuff, professional stuff that is similar in size, color, and the amount of images are actually printed on the shirt. My stuff is also, the metalhead stuff is slightly more expensive because I need to make sure that we have the additional money that goes to the shelter. It's $10, so if I wasn't giving any money to the shelter, the shirts would probably be about $10 cheaper. But I'm not doing that. This is to help animals, so everything that has Metalheads Against Animal Cruelty stuff on it has a dollar attached to it that is guaranteed to go to Lakeshore Humane Society. Most of the time for me, if I'm out remotely, it's going to go, a certain portion is going to go to, say, like in Rockford. We got donation jars, but we'll also be giving them a certain percentage of what we make. Because that's the whole goal, is to provide money to animal shelters or rescues that are no-kill, number one, and that helps them stay in business and continue to save them all. Eventually, as things get more and more and more busy for me, and orders are coming all the time, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a secondary thing where it's going to be like every third shirt or whatever. That $10 goes to the band fund. So we can get actually in gear with helping bands finance, give them additional money so they can get studio time for demos, they can get artwork, stuff like that when they're struggling and they need a little bit of help getting off the ground. Because we've all been there, we've all known what it was like to have this great stuff going on and not having the capital to get it to go that extra step. So what I want to do is I want to set up a fund for bands where I talk to people, like we have, for example, I would want to have people that are in the metal industry that aren't new to it, they've been around it for a long time. So like John McKenty would be one person, Roger out of Primitive Recordings in Las Vegas, also from Mortician, would be another person, Sonia Lombardozzi, and just pretty much anybody, the heavy hitters, the better known guys that know the scene better than I do. They know the fundamental workings of it. so they can help me decide which band we're gonna help fund. You know what I mean? We just need to get there business-wise and order-wise so I can actually do that. So right now there is no band fund, but things are picking up. It's on the horizon. Same with new awesome designs and equipment and all this other shit. So I'm gonna get to washing this screen so I can finish this shirt. Thank you guys for tagging along with me, and hope now you have a better understanding of my process and why sometimes things can take a little bit longer.